Now, if you're somebody that loves having your morning coffee and you're trying to lose some body fat, pay close attention because this by far is my favorite fat loss tip. And when it comes to losing body fat, that's all I try to do is make it simple. And that's why you're watching this video right now. Is because here on my YouTube channel, that's all I'm trying to do is make simple fat loss habits that's sustainable for anybody to follow. So for me, once again, I love having coffee and maybe you do as well. Okay, this by far is the easiest hack when it comes to losing body fat. Okay, I'm going to give you guys what's called a protein coffee recipe, and you want to make sure to pay close attention so that way you don't mess it up. Because hands down, if you mess it up the first time, oh my gosh, it's going to taste like the worst thing in the world. Okay, but if you happen to master the recipe, you're going to be hooked on it for the rest of your life, hands down. And once again, it's going to help you when it comes to losing more body fat. So before we get to that recipe, let's first talk about protein. Okay, why is protein so essential when it comes to losing body fat? Well, for starters, it's higher up on the thermic effect of food, which means that it actually takes your body way more calories, way more energy to actually break it down compared to, let's say, fats and carbohydrates. Okay, now with that being said, also, anytime you're dieting, anytime you're cutting back on your calories, okay, it's very normal to feel hungry. So when you're eating an abundance of, let's just say, protein, hey, and it's higher up on the thermic effect of food, right? Think about it. Your body's going to take longer to digest it. So now it's a little bit more satiating compared to, once again, eating fats and carbs when it comes down to cutting down your calories. Because in order to lose body fat, you need to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. And also, you want to make sure you're eating plenty of protein because, once again, it's higher up on the thermic effect of food. It's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to actually losing the body fat. It's going to fill you up. But also, think about it like this, okay? If you're eating plenty of protein, you know for a fact that you're losing body fat, okay? If let's just say you're not eating enough protein, but you're still staying within the calorie deficit, well, who knows? Maybe some of that weight loss, maybe it's, who knows? If you're cutting down your carbohydrates, maybe it's loss of muscle glycogen, you know? And so it's just like you're losing some water weight. Even though the scale goes down, the body fat percentage doesn't. Or if let's just say you're eating a very low restrictive calorie diet, 500, 800 calories, like, yeah, you're in a calorie deficit, sure. But, I mean, think about it. If you're not eating plenty of protein, like, you're going to be losing some muscle. So that's why, once again, you want to make sure when it comes to losing body fat, that's your MO, right? That's your mission. That is your main goal because that's what's going to help you out. I mean, there's a big difference between losing weight and losing body fat. I say this all the time. You have somebody that's, let's say, 200 pounds, 35% body fat. They have the man boobs, they have the bare belly, they have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And then you have somebody that weighs exactly the same. They're 200 pounds, and let's just say they're 15% body fat. Chiseled chest, six-pack abs, no medications, right? Tons of energy, tons of confidence. Same weight, different body fat percentages. So now that you know why protein is essential, and in case you're wondering, like, Joe, how much protein I should be having? Well, the bare minimum, right, is just take your body weight and multiply it by 0.8. I always recommend have at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if let's just say you weigh 200 pounds, try your best to consume at least 200 grams of protein each and every day. Okay, with that being said, let's get to the protein coffee recipe. And remember, I said you want to make sure to pay close attention because you don't want to ruin this one. If you ruin it, oh man, it's going to ruin it for life for you, okay? You have your coffee, okay? It's just sitting there on the pot, boiling hot. The worst thing that you can do is add a scoop of protein powder into your coffee when it is boiling hot. And here's the reason why. Once again, we talked earlier, protein's higher up on the thermic effect of food. So what does that mean? It takes your body a lot longer to digest it and break it down because of the amino acids. Well, you can actually see that as clear as day inside of this protein recipe if, once again, you take your protein powder, you put it into your cup of boiling hot coffee, okay? Because this is exactly what's going to happen. That protein powder, it's going to clump, it's going to harden up, and it's going to be so hard to actually break down, it's not going to dissolve. And once again, it's going to completely ruin the taste of protein coffee for you and haunt you for the rest of your life. So don't make that mistake, okay? But it kind of goes to show you this little science experiment, what it's like inside the body, So how do you actually make protein coffee in a way where it tastes great, you can be hooked on it for the rest of your life, lose body fat with ease by consuming it? This is exactly what you do, okay? Now, what I personally do, okay, is I take a little bit of a low-calorie coffee creamer. Do you need that? Absolutely not. right? This is just a preference for me, okay? Take a little bit of it and I put it inside of my coffee, okay? That way, that creamer, it can kind of sit there for a little bit, cool down the coffee, because once again, you don't want it boiling hot when you add inside the protein powder, okay? And I just let it sit there for just a few minutes. That's it. You know, it's still hot. It's hotter than room temperature, but once again, it's not boiling hot. And then from there, all I do is just take 1 scoop of protein powder and add it in. And I use a coffee frother to make it a lot easier, right, to actually break down the coffee, you know, break down the protein powder inside of the coffee. So that way, once again, there's no clumps or anything like that, okay? You can use a spoon and stir it up, but once again, hey, it's just a little bit harder for you. Now, personally for me, the protein powder of choice is My Protein Salted Caramel. It's just the best one, hands down. I love using that protein powder because it's so versatile. I can mix it with my coffee, I can mix it with my oatmeal, my cereal, my yogurt, and it always tastes great. Okay, so that's always gonna be the fan favorite for me, but when it comes to choosing a protein powder for you, it really doesn't matter. Just find one that has plenty of protein. Typically a good range when it comes to having a protein powder is one between 100 and 150 calories, and then anywhere from 20 to at least 25 grams of protein per each scoop. So if you're gonna find one within that range, that's gonna be a good sweet spot. And then find one that once again just tastes good for you. Because if you get hooked on this, it's gonna be a complete game changer for you, because now, first thing in the morning, you can have your cup of protein coffee. You can start your metabolism right in the right direction and lose body fat with ease. Now, if you wanted to add anything else, like let's say cinnamon, or if you add creatine, sometimes I do that. I'll add a scoop of creatine monohydrate into my protein coffee post-workout. It's up to you completely. If you want to add in some, let's say cinnamon, 0-calorie sweetener, anything like that, it's completely up to you. The main reason why, once again, this protein coffee works is just because, hey, you're adding in a scoop of protein powder. Do you actually need the coffee? No. You can add in the scoop of protein powder into almond milk if you want, Greek yogurt if you want, mix it up, it doesn't matter. The name of the game for all this is, once again, how do we consume more protein to make it easier for us to lose more body fat? And that's why, once again, I'm a big believer in having protein coffee first thing in the morning. I've been doing it for years, and it's always been helping me stay around 10, 12% body fat all year round. So hopefully you enjoyed today's little fat loss tip. If you did, leave a comment down below letting me know your feedback. And as always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.